Christmas type fare. We've just had Thanksgiving, we're now heading for Christmas, just to show you all the fresh meats and poultry that's available for being. Here we have the coveted bronze turkey, the most sought after turkey. These are young hen turkeys, plump breasts, short legs. Here we have a fully fed, well-fed goose, tons of lard and fat into it. Here we have a leaner bird, the guinea fowl at this time of the year. Is available, looks a bit slim, but guinea fowl is like that. We'll go through that there. We have traditional Aylesbury duck. I'm going to show you about just roasting, how to collect the fat off the Aylesbury duck. And also, because we're in the game season, a haunch of venison suitable for the restaurant, for lunch, or for the family for a home serving. We're going to start with the Aylesbury duck. As you see, there's well-fed duck. These are all lovely fresh ducks, and see loads and loads of fat content in them. So I'll show you how to cook them 1 minute. What I'm going to do is just poke them lightly, and that's so as all the fat will render out in the cooking. And you end up, you know, people wonder how can I get a crispy duck or go soggy or too much fat and undercooked in the bottom and all sorts of different things. I'll just give you a small hint on that there, especially for the professional. Okay, and always with all birds, I know the big thing is pulling the wishbone out of the turkey and out of the chicken, but especially duck, because at the end of the day you only get 2 portions from a duck. And if you want small portions, you might get 2 breasts and 2 legs, but take out the wishbone. Once again, straight down. Then straight across. So coming out. Struggled with this one. Doesn't want to come away. So just straight back up again. Make sure you have the bone, but you don't be cutting too far into the flesh. Okay. That's all you do for prepping for the oven. Now what I'm going to do is I have my oven on. I'm putting a shallow tray like that there, but deep enough. I'm going to put into a preheated oven. On its own, nothing. And then I'm going to have a tray, perforated tray, directly above it. And I'm going to put the goose in, turkey, duck even. Confused. Make sure that the inside has been totally cleaned out, well washed, well prepared, all totally cleaned out. Keep the nice and loose. No need to tighten it all up. You want this all, the fat to cook and drip off, which you're going to use for your roast potatoes, for doing all sorts of things that you need goose grease and duck grease for. There's loads of flavours for what you're going to do later on. So into your oven, and these have been pre-prepared, so give them plenty of space in the oven. What you can do, if you want a crispy, well-seasoned skin, is salt them. But what I like to do is I let them cook a little bit, and then put a little salt in the skin, and a little bit of pepper. So as when you're eating their duck skin later on when it's crisping, sometimes with too much salt in, it makes it salty all the way through. We'll just leave it at that there, and we'll start prepping something else. Our second bird for today is a guinea fowl. You never call it guinea fowl. Trained in France, always have a pintade. Looking for a slight coloration in the skin, slight yellow, well plucked, or you can singe it, burn them off. The reason that guinea fowl is always a little bit more expensive than chicken, is because guinea fowl has a high mortality rate. Just take off, and you can always look to see you get the feathers. If you get them fresh, you get the feathers on them, or you buy them in the supermarket, they'll be well prepped for you. But look for this kind of yellow colouring in it. You have fresh ones, open up the neck back here. If you're going to roast them, you definitely open the neck back here. A lot of people are just using for the pan. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take the neck, right, and then back of the neck. See how well the bird has been fed by taking out the crop. Try and get the crop out in one piece, otherwise you will have.
That's basically a bag, chef, is it?
That's it's fed, yeah, because it regurgitates. Holds it here. Make a surgery. There you go. Whole thing away in one piece. A few grains just getting out. Take the skin. Just going to cover it. We will take the rest this way now. Okay, we will save this for our stock. Let's take the heavy blood part. This is for the dustbin. Gone. This we keep for stock. If any seeds, remove them. Dustbin. Okay, then we're going to open up the inside. Pull it back, and from underneath the breast, right, and try and get down. Pardon me, just wash my hands. Okay, now we can go ahead. We're just going to get in here. Don't be afraid of putting a little bit of weight, but making sure you try and keep all the entrails in one piece. Make sure you get this out in one piece here, otherwise it can be messy. Okay, because you have to make the cut big enough. Put your hand in. Try keep your fingers along the inside of the bone to get to the neck. Pull. Everything comes out. Sack, livers, your fingers right up to the heart. Everything comes out. One piece. Now, we have the livers, entrails, the gizzard. All this is for the bean. Wash your hands.
Anything to watch out for when we're doing this?
No, try not to break the liver up too much. The gizzard, then you cut it open. Take out the insides. See all the insides?
Yes, chef.
You want to clean all this out. This all has to be cleaned out. I'm going to wash this all off. This can be used with the neck for making your stuff. Okay. Wash this off. Okay. That's your liver. Goes in the bin. Gizzard. Eggs. All these are all usable, reusable. Just check that it's all here, all cleaned. Once again, take out the wishbone. Not unless you want to roast it and fry it with the wishbone again and make the wish. great believer in taking the wishbone out first, and then you end up with more flesh, then easier to work with. So you get your. That's it. There you get back here. Sometimes you may need to just trim it with a knife, or otherwise use a cloth. Pull it, and go back for stock. What we're going to do now is just take off the legs, the top of the feet. Sometimes what happens is people draw them. This is the sinew here, the main sinew. See that? Just pull out the sinew beforehand. And once the sinew is pulled, it means that you have less. Use the back of the knife. It's just it's a tender bird, so it's easy to pull. Later on, I will show you in pulling the turkey what you do with the sinews. Just take that there. Once all the sinews are up, you have the sinews pulled there. So that means that there's no sinew in the drum. Same again, just gently around here. All you're really doing is cutting the skin. Looking for sinew. Knife in, back of the knife, pull out the sinew. Knife in, pull out the sinew. And use your knife against the bone as a way of measuring it to pull it out. See, it comes up on the back of your knife. The safety first as well is with the knife is against the bone. You clean it off. The sinews pulled out, big strong sinews. Job done. Okay. Now you have a choice. We're going to wash this out first before we go any further. Most important thing about cooking birds is to make sure that the inside is thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly, cleaned out. Because then
warm water, chef, cold water.
Warm water and then cold water. Warm to kill it, get everything out, and put your hands in. Make sure you get right into the cavities of the bones. Any little bits and pieces that are left comes out, blood.
And if you left them in, would that have any detrimental?
Yes, this is where it happens. People clean them, leave them in the fridge for a couple of days, then stuff them or do things with them. And this is when you get salmonella and all sorts of things setting in, because it's the entrails that's left inside. It must be thoroughly cleaned. Absolutely thoroughly cleaned. Nothing in there. Oh. And kind of run through. Nice and clear. And then go back the other way as well. So for the most important thing, especially if this is in the professional kitchen, it's done quickly. If you're doing this at home, just make sure that everything, and don't be afraid, open it up, check it, all nicely cleaned. A few pieces there. And then get some kitchen paper and